challenge. Till they raise my jersey up in the arena rafters. Floor seats at the Cleveland Cavaliers, season passes. You can see that Phoenix rising underneath them ashes. Stupid people ask them questions, give them genius answers. We the greatest, haters hate when we say that we made it. LA to Vegas, to them days in Miss Davis's basement. Much anticipation, thank you for patiently waiting. 88 since 88 on my AC Slater. Superhero like LBJ, I'm a kid crusader.
I talked to my son about it. He only 8. That's how many a lot of people tell you why it's like
we do whatever we want. We the one running the show. Winning wherever we go.
We do whatever we want all night and then we fly out in the morning. I fell asleep on the beach in South Florida. Woke up in this beach, California. We couldn't before, but now we can't afford it. Used to drive before, now we riding in the foreign. Used to do performance, now we out of touring. Cleveland to New York, Oakland to New Orleans.
Maverick Music Entertainment. Elect you entertainment. Aviator fly. A vision moving on direction. Panoramic lifestyle. BMG. Elevate. Levitate. We got it. Tiger Mountain.
Started late for.
Watch this. Now you don't bring none of us.
Hey, I bring everything. Cold blood.
And he
Cold blood, buddy.
You bring him a water.
Cold blood.
I only had one left.
Yeah,
That's why I said Bird and bring us none. I only had one
I
left.
say Bird Kool-Aid right now while you play.
Watch this, J-Mac. Let me go get us.
Some water. You feel me?
I don't drink no water. Hey, I drink vodka.
Ooh, you a real one. On Granny 89th. You got a Modelo in there though?
You want it?
Nah, hell no. Negative.
Hey, bring that mic close to me.
This one?
Yeah.
Does this one work? Mine's is on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Bird just need this one, right?
Check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2.
Yeah, mic check 1, 2, 1.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so let me,
Maybe I need to cut it on though.
Here, if
That's the half the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
how good is this one? Can you hold on?
yeah, get out with I did back. Yes.
So check. Can
So
you
this one don't
hear
work?
me? Can you hear me? I'm good. All right.
Where's the power button?
No, it's not even.
It's on.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
So take this off?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. I'm still confused. Yeah, there. Alright, this one's on? Yes, sir. Tap in. Tapped in right here. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2.
One question, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Huh?
Gonna do.
Mic check 1, 2,
All
1,
y'all
2.
work on me. You should.
man, you share.
Mic
You hear,
check,
Bird?
1, 2, 1, 2.
I always say
What you
about
gonna do? Hey, AJ, let me hear you.
Yo, what's going on? Check. All right.
Yeah, you should about to say maybe.
Everybody in there.
There you go.
Everybody in there. We on. Like Donkey Kong. You still hear me?
Like Donkey Kong?
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was my heat.
What was that? That's like the Super
That's a
Nintendo
sight
game.
bite.
What was that on?
You know what I'm saying?
Willie through the whole thing. I'm
Oh,
cold.
whole thing.
But hold on, Donkey Kong was like on Atari, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's before AJ Greathouse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That boy, you don't remember Atari. You came in probably Sega Genesis.
29.
Oh, you don't know
Yeah,
Atari.
dog.
You don't know
I
nothing
know
about
it through my dad, but I never played it. Yeah.
It was
My first console was
29.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
PlayStation
No.
1, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Wait, so you missed Sega too?
Yeah, I missed all that. Yeah. My cousins had it, but I didn't really have it like
Yeah,
that.
you missed that Sega Genesis, the golden era. That's what really
But
led to
Sega
PS5.
Genesis. I used to have a Nintendo 64.
Oh, fire.
You said who?
The Dreamcraft.
Oh, Dreamcast.
Yeah, Cash.
Oh yeah, Dreamcast,
Fire.
Nintendo 64. Yeah, I had all that.
Yeah.
Okay, about to run the intro.
I still got an original Nintendo right now.
I do too.
Duck hunt and all that?
Yeah, what? With the gun. With the gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got NBA Jam at the crib.
Oh, man.
On what?
Just on the little whoop wop, the little machine.
man.
Oh, you got the
Yeah, I
machine?
got the little arcade machine. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah. The big one?
It's a baby one. It's like the size of
From Walmart.
that.
And I bet that had cost you $200.
I can't see your face. Who are you?
My people is stabbing us in the back. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the people that we call brother and sister, king and queen.
So where
Every
you at
day's
is
in the
where it's
pool.
at?
I'm 45 years old.
I'm just saying, so where you at is where it's at? Can't get better?
How much change are you going to get? Hey, everybody, man. Welcome out there. It's a brand new month. The first day of it.
It sure is.
The first day
It
of it,
sure
man.
is.
All right, and
It
we
sure
into
is.
the June months now, man.
Yeah.
25.
Shout out to the Geminis
Yeah,
real
man,
quick. You know what I'm
25.
saying?
Is that what we just hit,
Shout
the
out to
Gemini?
Gemini. May 21st to June 21st.
Okay. You
I'm
must
June
be a
13th.
Gemini.
I'm June 13th, so you know what I mean?
Oh, you
I'm
coming
like,
up.
Daddy.
You coming up. So
It's
you
daddy
just like
on.
Grams then.
Come on, man.
My grandma, man, happy birthday to you. 89 today.
Wow.
All right, man.
89.
That's a blessing, bro.
That is a blessing.
Yes, it is.
It's also finish up your intro, and then I got
yeah.
something to say about AJ Greathouse.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, excuse me, everybody. I didn't get
You
to
ain't
get
even
the
intro him yet.
All right, so check it out. Y'all already know y'all here at All Facts, man. And if you out there, please start subscribing. You know, check us out. We on YouTube. You know what I mean? We trying to make our presence.
Facebook,
Right? Shares.
Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok.
All that.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, y'all already know y'all got your guy Jay Bird, man. I'm always in the building. I keep Abe with me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
buddy.
Always on. Nevertheless, we got Jay Mizzle.
In
You
the
know what I
building.
mean?
What up?
And today we got a special guest.
Yes,
all right?
sir.
Very
Look,
special.
I don't really know a lot about him, but I know his family.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm gonna say he come from good people.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say about this brother, man, is first of all, he's a young brother.
Yeah.
He walked in here with intelligence. All right. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't even know him. I can tell by the way he walked, him had intelligence. All right. So he come from a good family. He's a Greathouse, man. Hey, look, if you don't know about these people, they own businesses, man. They are a big part of South Phoenix community,
Word.
man. So to be a part of that and to bring him on, man, as a not only a sibling, man, but a younger generation.
Right.
He ain't even 30. All right, man. We got
Little puppy dog.
AJ Greathouse.
AJ Greathouse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the building. What's up, big dog?
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Man, yes, sir.
Everything
Looking
good?
forward
We're about to
it.
learn some
Looking
great
forward to it.
So we did, the football community, we call it football frat. So, I played D1 football, as everybody know. AJ did as well. I had no idea till we started talking. I'm like, bruh, cold with it. So Hamilton High School,
Hamilton, back in the day. Yeah.
Cal
yeah.
Berkeley.
Yes, sir.
we got to get to the root of this thing.
Yeah.
Shout out, wait,
So,
real
hold on,
quick.
hold on.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday to his mama, too.
Yes,
It's your
yes.
grandma's
Right.
birthday. It's his
Yeah,
mama's
yeah.
birthday today.
Mom's birthday.
Shout out
Happy
Mom.
birthday,
Hey,
Mom.
man,
For sure.
blessings, man.
Love.
Enjoy the H-Town, moms, and go try you a Trill burger. Yeah. You was just out there.
Was it good?
Chill Burger. Hey, I gotta give him hands down credit.
Yeah.
Would you go get another?
I got another one before I left.
Oh, it was good.
Hey, I just
Bird went and got another. It was
Just
good.
look, I told him, man, how much just for the burger?
Straight
I
up.
don't need the drink,
No
or the
fries, no nothing.
But I'll say this, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Trill Burger, I'm going to say it's a good product.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
product.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, it's one of the smartest ideas I've seen. Right? It's quick, it's easy,
Yep.
and it's good.
Right.
Yeah, good product, man.
No doubt. I'm with
Yeah.
that.
Alright, so let's get
I'm with
into
that.
it. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah,
So tell us a little about your. Hold on, you said you went to Cal Berkeley.
I did.
Let's start before that though. Where you from?
Where are you from?
Born and raised, man. South Phoenix and Levine.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
you know, that's where my roots are. My whole family's been here. I'm pretty much third generation.
Okay.
And just trying to, you know, pave the way forward a little bit, honor the people before me. You guys know about my family, which is most important.
Right.
And yeah, man, just trying to carry the torch and you know, hopefully push us much further than we've been.
Absolutely. So I see that. You know, anytime we have somebody up here, I speak about their athletic background because that's something we can all relate to
For sure.
in a way.
Yeah.
And so you played football,
Right.
and it took you all the way through college.
All the way through college, through grad school.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit about that. The reason I always bring up football, man, it molds you into who you will become as an adult.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
and
doubt.
so speak on that a little bit.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
No, that ain't always true.
Huh?
You know, you
The
got,
values,
man. So
work ethic.
I think it gives you an opportunity.
Okay,
And you
you're
can take away
You're
what
right.
you want to
Yeah,
take
'cause
away
I
from
coach
it.
You're right.
Okay,
That's
okay.
right.
I
That's
coach-
right.
But I don't know
Right.
too many people that didn't play sports in an organized
Right.
situation and didn't respect it.
Hey,
I don't
No
know
doubt.
too many that didn't value that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, that's right.
Hey,
Right.
when you got young street punks on your team, when you from the South Side, you got South Side kids, man. They know more than some of the adults sometimes, man.
Yeah,
Trust me.
fast. They grow up fast, man.
It's
No
for the
doubt.
ones that
Yeah.
that got discipline.
Right.
You know what I mean? The
No,
ones
it ain't
that got
for
dis-
just the ones that got
Yes, it
discipline
do, and I'm gonna tell you why.
because football is what creates discipline for
I'm
you.
gonna tell you
man.
why.
true, too.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you've been on a team for 5 straight years, and J Mac can tell you, man,
Right.
he's seen athletes, man, that just ain't got it mentally.
No
yeah.
doubt.
Right? I don't got it
Yeah.
mentally.
We know a lot of those.
Right. And what I'm saying to you is, man, even when you got good people supporting you, man, you know, that's why I say you gotta have the want for it, man.
Right.
Some people just don't want it, and then you can't want it for them.
Nah, no doubt. No doubt.
You know what I mean?
But the ones who do,
But I want to keep it real about sports because I play sports.
Right.
Right. And I love it. I coached it, and I can, you know, watch this. I hate when I got a parent that I ain't trying to be mean to you, but you know, he ain't playing. He ain't playing.
Right.
Right.
Right, right.
Let's just be honest.
Hey, it don't matter if he ain't playing or
Watch
not. He's
this.
still getting the same
he's
value.
still gonna get the values, the work ethic,
Watch this.
the heart. You know what I'm saying?
He's not the problem.
Right. It's the parent.
It's the parent.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah,
Because guess
I'm
what?
gonna be mad if my baby
Watch
not
this.
playing.
Okay, watch this though.
I paid.
Okay, watch this.
Right.
250.
I paid probably more than that
Hey,
now.
250.
Hey, 'cause-
Yeah, but why he ain't playing?
Well, Jay Bird
get to
Jay
it.
Bird
Jay
is
Bird?
honest. Jay Bird is going to be honest with you.
Right.
He ain't playing because he ain't ready.
Not built like that.
I'm not putting the kid in the game not ready.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
No, real talk.
For a parent to tell me he gotta play, and in my mind mentally, I'm trying to figure out how he gonna play.
Right.
Especially when we playing somebody that makes sense.
Well, let me ask you. Hold on. What did you
You know.
play as a youth?
I played nose guard and linebacker.
No,
Was it
that's
AJ?
Oh, what did he play? Okay.
I mean, I played. I mean, I feel like when you're like, you know, one of the talented people on the team, typically
Right.
you play quarterback or running back,
No
so you
doubt.
got the ball in your hands. And,
That's right.
You know, I think
That wasn't me.
But speaking to like some of the things that I took away from playing football, like my dad taught me at a young age, like, you know, when I was playing quarterback, like I could have just ran the ball, we could have scored and whatever, but
doubt.
he taught me how to get other people involved and figure out how to optimize them.
That's right.
And figure out, you know, how to position them to have success and like, you know, the selflessness and the leadership and all those things.
Right.
Like, but that's why I say, like, you know, football, all the values are there.
Right.
It depends on what you pay attention to and what you take away.
That's right. That's
And,
right.
You know,
So what you play in college?
corner and safety.
Corner safety.
So my junior year of high school when I was at Hamilton, I transitioned from playing Z receiver and running back to corner.
Gotcha.
Hey,
I felt like I had the best
Ugh.
opportunity to go to the next
You want to
level
know something?
on my
Yeah.
team.
Hey, you want to know how small Arizona is?
How small is it?
Until I just heard him talk. You say you 29, right?
That's right.
Ask him, did he play the South Stars?
Oh yeah, of course. Ask the South Stars.
Now you see who he is?
He light up.
Hold on.
Ask them if they played the Panthers.
Hey,
Panthers.
They
Watch
know
this.
about
Play for
us.
the Panthers?
Yeah,
Watch
yeah.
this though. See,
Hold on. What's going on here?
Him stayed down. I didn't
Right.
see him no more. I
Right.
went up on him. They
Right.
stayed down.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
But ask him about them South Stars.
Was they
Hey,
nice?
they know about us.
You feel
Talk
me?
to the talk, AJ.
Cause watch this. I like
We have some battles, though.
I like
We have some
AJ.
battles.
Did it?
But watch this. As a coach,
Right.
I saw that all they had was AJ. Hey, so you know, I had to put the holes on him.
Wait, so who was
So
the
hold on, now you just really realize who he is.
When he started talking right now, like I said, I know his whole family.
Yeah.
I just dawned on me.
Yeah.
He got a full beard over here. He don't look like
Right,
he grown.
yeah,
He grown.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hey, like I said, I know he played them South Stars.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, so wait, so who did you play for?
The Panthers.
Panthers,
and then
is that another Southside team?
What side of town?
They was on the
South
west side.
Phoenix.
He was,
South
they played on the west side the year I played them.
Oh, okay.
So I played on the downtowners, the Panthers, and the Hoyas.
The Hoyas. They was the Hoyas when I played.
Okay, black and yellow. Yeah, it was nice though. I remember us. We had some tough guys.
Like I said, man, once I found out
Them South
it
Stars
was,
bringing their head.
it was only him.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, at halftime I said, oh, this so. I had to
Oh,
take
they
it
beat y'all?
I don't remember. I just remember we were always.
Keep on.
y'all battling.
We didn't lose too many games.
When you
Y'all
a
have
coach,
battle,
when you
right.
a
I don't
coach,
remember
man,
records, though. I can tell you that. Like,
I'm going on record stated. I can vouch this for it.
Yeah.
Hey, when you a coach and you see that the only kid on the other side is one kid, hey, I say, oh man, we're gonna make this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. He's
Hey, we're
gonna
gonna make the
work.
living day.
You know the work is in.
Hey, look,
They
man.
remember though. They
I
remember.
know.
He was a guy though, obviously.
You know, hey, I had to do some.
Hey, that's great though.
I had to do some adjustments.
You got to.
Yeah, man.
You got to.
Hey, man, it's great to see. I just thought,
That's
hey,
awesome, dude.
that's crazy how small
That's
everyone's
awesome,
going.
That's awesome. So you went Little League,
Yep.
Hamilton High School, and obviously dominated. You did your thing. Hamilton producers though. I tell people all the time that when I first moved to Arizona in 06, I knew Hamilton and what's the school right here in South Phoenix? I'm sorry. South Mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like athletically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew, Terrell Suggs, like those names, right? Like so I had I kind of knew what Hamilton was. Terrell Suggs is my class.
Okay.
So I knew then, but then I knew a bunch of kids from South Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Who was like just extreme athletes. You feel me?
Gifted.
Yeah, just gifted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I come
saying?
from the South, man.
Like kids like did not get scholarships, whatever. They racing the street.
They took the
was
wrong
beating
path,
me,
but
but
they
they
was,
like exactly. Just took a left turn.
Just took the
you feel
wrong
me or
path,
whatnot.
that's all. But they was, South
You feel what
Phoenix
I'm saying?
got some of the best
Bruh.
athletes.
Oh,
That's
man.
just posted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you really handle your hone in on you, bro, you'll go to school for free.
Yeah.
Like you can speak to that, AJ. Like
For sure. I mean, a lot of us, man, we miss the support system. You know,
Right.
like we got the talent and stuff, but we need people to keep us in the guardrails and make
That's
good
right.
decisions. Because when you go out into the world, there's a lot out here.
that's right.
You know?
It is.
You gotta know where to
It
be,
is.
where not to be.
And we were speaking about independence. I have an 8-year-old son. And we talk about football and all these things, and I try to tell him what football can do for him. I don't care if he pick up a football another day, to be honest with you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
We know you care.
on,
You talk too
man.
much about football.
Look, son.
King,
watch
boy,
your
you
son.
better
If you want to be a doctor, be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta, but you gotta be a doctor if you don't play football. You gotta be a doctor or lawyer, son. Pick it up.
You gonna put that kind of pressure on your back?
Absolutely. Or just pick up the pigskin.
Come on, man.
You ain't gotta have no pressure. Pick up the pigskin. Back
Man,
pedal.
come on. Don't,
Break no house. Come downhill. I say
man,
you
don't
like.
put no
You know what I'm
pressure.
saying?
Saying,
Hey, hit me today.
Hey, so you went to college. You played all 4 years at Cal Berkeley.
So I ended up graduating early to have 2 years of eligibility to go play in grad school. So I was there from 14 through 17, and I had like a coaching change and also tore my labrum. So I had like a surgery, and technically I redshirted my junior year, and then I had 2 years, so I went to Abilene Christian after that.
I like Abilene Christian.
So what did you major in?
Sociology and business in undergrad, and then I got my master's in conflict resolution.
Got your master's in what?
Conflict resolution.
Yeah, y'all heard it.
Yeah.
Masters.
Yeah,
Hey.
that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
hey, conflict though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means he can come talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It de-escalate you.
Yeah.
Talk you off the ledge.
Hop. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's great though. But Cal Berkeley, people don't know Cal Berkeley. Damn near could be an Ivy League school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like education wise,
yeah.
it's tough, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. It's the #1 public school in the nation.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Like,
Was blessed, man. Just
Absolutely.
opportunity, for sure.
how was Abilene Christian? Because Texas, you start thinking about just how much people love the sport of
It was a
football. I know you got a lot of
contrast, man.
support.
Yeah, it was a contrast though. Like going from the Bay Area where you got millions of people to
Right.
Abilene Christian where there's like 110,000 people in the city.
Wow.
And you go to Walmart, you see all the same people everywhere, and like
Wow.
it was
Small
And it
town.
was, yeah, a very small town, and not many of us.
Right.
Know, and much different
I
culturally.
think that's
Right.
as a college, somebody that went to college.
Right.
I'm stick my chest up. All right, somebody that went to college, man. I try to tell kids, man. See, they get to a small place and they just break down. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
The small places what's gonna have you a bigger person later on.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna know how to control a lot of environments when there's not a lot of environments. You know what I mean?
But it goes back to what you said earlier, though, bro. Like that small town, the mentality you have to have, like coming from a city, is what he was talking about with these kids with youth football. You have to want to.
You gotta want.
You gotta want it,
bro.
yeah.
You gotta want. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be so easy to be like, I'm transferring. I'm getting up out of there. It's
Or you
boring.
gotta
It's
have
not what
good
I
people
thought.
behind you that's
No doubt.
coaching you and telling you, what's best for you.
Absolutely. But you think about somebody like AJ, he got, he come from a big city, right? Phoenix area. And then he goes to Cal Berkeley, in the Bay Area.
He come from good people,
Cracking.
though.
Like, activity-wise, it's not a lack of
People
anything.
coached you to that.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I am who I am because of the people before me.
100%.
1,000%.
That's right.
Like, it's I have just good people with wisdom to be able to watch, and then once I became conscious, they taught me, and we could have conversations.
Right.
I knew how to make decisions at a young age.
How was that Abilene Christian like, though? I mean, because you're right. You go to a slower city, a smaller city. How do you feel? Like, how do you adjust?
Yeah, man, it was different, man. It was and I was in grad school, so I was in online classes, so I didn't really meet the regular kind of students and stuff like that.
Right.
And I also I went through some injuries. Like I broke my my fibula and my tibia. So it was a crazy. I mean, it's looking back, I'm big in my faith.
For
so
sure.
it was like a big blessing in disguise. But having a football family and being all in on trying to get to the next level and then having it taken from you.
Right.
While you're in a small city where you just met people for the first time. Yeah. It was a very isolated experience at the same time.
Doubt.
Going from Berkeley to Abilene Christian.
Absolutely.
But it was it was meant to happen.
No doubt.
And I always go back to my family, right? They taught me, and I always share this with people, but they taught me to be a person who played football and not a football player.
That's right.
Because once it was taken from me, I was still me.
Absolutely.
And we all got friends who have chased it forever.
Right.
And they think that's all they can do.
No
and
doubt.
it's but we got the capacity to do whatever we want to do.
When
if you have support,
you know
believe,
it was over in football?
My sophomore year of college.
The sophomore year of college.
I felt well, first of all,
What happened? 'Cause
first
I
of
got
all, I
one
was
of them stories
5'5".
too.
You know what I'm saying?
You 5'5"?
I'm 5'6", with shoes on. But I'm 5'6", I'm 150 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, starting, returning kicks, doing my thing. When I knew my sophomore year of college, when I didn't want to go to spring ball that year, I was like, man, I'm done. But I was on scholarship. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going home. I was a starter. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, junior year comes. I always have fun with the game, though. That's the thing. Like, I knew in my heart that I probably wasn't gonna go league, but if you're playing the sport of football and you're so competitive and you playing against people that's going to the league, went to the league, you're like, man, I D that dude up, like I smack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like Clarence Moore, my dude Clarence Moore went to NAU, right? Got drafted to the Ravens, did his thing with the Ravens, right? We was talking, hindsight, we was talking years later. And he's like, bro, what's crazy, dog? You was like one of the best corners I played, bro. You know what I mean? He's 6'5", I'm 5'6", like the numbers was reversed. You feel me? And that's how competitive just I was. So
you sure you want to say that just to be nice?
It may be.
But do you
made me feel 6'2".
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that it was your height that kind of messed you up in here?
100%. Because again, I have fun throughout my college career, right? Like I enjoyed playing the game.
You were good.
Right.
You can handle your business.
No doubt. I went to the CFL. I went to CFL. I went to Canada. I mean Montreal and Calgary.
How was that?
You know what I'm saying?
What is that? The C does the CFL?
Yeah.
So you went to the CFL?
CFL, right? So I went to Calgary, Stampeders. Got cut, but I was in the mix.
You was in the mix
right?
with it.
Next season I went to Montreal. Got cut, but was in the mix. And the owner, Jim Pops, I remember him to this day, bro. He like the Jerry Jones of the CFL. Jim Pops. He was the Montreal Alouettes owner. And he was like, bro, I was one of the last cuts. He was like, man, I hate to do this. Like, I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, in Canada, you can only have 19 Americans per team. So, now if it was just a numbers game, right?
Probably would have made
it. I could have, for sure I would have made it, no doubt. But because you can only have 19 Americans and that's including practice squad plus who they had returning the whole 9. It was rough. You know what I mean? It was a hard make, but I was falling out of. I've been playing football. I was 10 years old. It's like everybody at this table. I just kind of was like, damn, you know, practice, spring ball coming up again. I just hated the practice portion of it. I love the games though. You know what I mean? I was a gamer.
Right, everybody.
Practice, man, you might beat me on the little, you know, post. You wouldn't get me in the game though. You know what I mean?
Right,
And so,
right.
but that my sophomore year of college is kind of when I was tapping out. But I was really into all the wrong things in college too though.
Right.
I didn't drink liquor. I didn't smoke. I didn't do none of that. But I was into the females.
Women.
Heavy.
Hey,
Heavy.
you know that's most little dudes.
True.
Most little,
Hey, ain't it
most,
though?
most little dudes love women.
Hey,
What you mean?
No,
Dude,
no,
if
no,
you're
no,
a dude
no.
that loves
That's
women, you
testosterone.
love women. I don't care how tall you
Because if you
are.
5'6",
See, in high school, the girls talk about us because we short. But in college, they don't care.
they don't care.
So when you finally get to college,
don't care.
Okay, but listen though, if you
they don't care.
5'6",
Well,
in
5'4".
Greathouse, what you 6 what?
Just 6 feet.
6 feet?
Yeah.
We get the same amount of testosterone as men.
So it don't matter, huh?
It packing me a little more.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm walking around on medium on
He said you
campus.
just
Yeah, I'm
packed
looking.
in?
I'm trying.
You said on medium.
Every day I'm on medium, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, boy, 5'6", and the and I'm squatting heavy, power cleaning and shit. Like my testosterone through the roof.
You know what's
I'm
crazy?
telling you,
So you told me you was done your sophomore year, right?
mentally.
Because we're gonna get over here to OG, man. I want to talk about some smart people stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I just want to I want to figure this out, Kimbo. So you was done your sophomore year, right?
Mentally.
Right? Because I'm gonna tell you when I was done.
Yeah, mentally, I was like,
mentally you
damn,
was done,
I was
right?
clocked out, but I was still in it.
But you still played.
Yeah, I wasn't going. I was tripping. I wasn't really watching film. I was clocking out,
You was
but I
clocking
was
out.
still that guy naturally.
So look, check it out. I'm fresh out of Jewel College, man.
Right.
I'm out of school and it's new coach hit, and I'm playing fullback. I don't want to play fullback, but
Right.
that's what I've been playing because
Right.
I was the little guy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't play
Stocky built, kind of
linebacker.
husky.
I played linebacker. I couldn't play
Bird, you're
linebacker.
not a little guy.
Little guy.
No, you're shorter, but you're not a little guy.
Yeah.
My
You're
arms,
stocky.
my arms not even long.
You,
baby.
I mean, you're big.
Yeah.
You're just short.
So anyway, so A's, you know what I mean? Well, I'm finish my story.
I'm sorry.
So I said, I'm sitting there, bro, and the new coach come in, right?
Right.
And he was like, he's real cool. He shook everybody's hand, so we broke down the offense and defense.
Right.
And then he passed out a playbook, right? So the lights cut off.
Right.
Right? So the lights cut off, man. I was looking around, so I'm reading the playbook, right? Everybody listening.
Right.
Film's going, right? They going over plays.
Right.
I'm still flipping through the page. Now, mind you, offensive playbook be
Right.
250,
Yeah, that's it.
300,
They thick,
right?
boy.
Thick, right?
Yeah.
Watch this. I done flipped all the way to page number 300. It's 300, man, and I finally seen a goal line
For the
play
fullback.
with a fullback in, right? I said, oh no.
He said, I
I
ain't even in
knew
the
right
playbook, bro.
before they cut the lights.
Even he-
Before they cut the lights on, I had really in my mind packed my locker.
Yeah, you done.
You feel me? I ain't never getting in. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
I give
Yeah, bro.
Hey, the first day of practice, our coach came out, bro. It is 3rd and 4 on the 4-yard line, fam.
Yeah.
That's your play.
Kimbo, watch this. It's still 4 receivers, 5 receivers.
Oh,
in the game.
yeah.
I say,
Four
bro.
kind of out
Oh,
there,
they
though.
still
This is
didn't
before
call
the
you in the
tush push,
game?
You know what I mean? This is before the tush push. 4 yards a lot to get, dog, for a
Wait,
fullback.
Have you ever felt
Everybody
like,
on line of scrimmage.
Gotta be 2-3.
Better hope when them boys catch some slats out there. A little slat. Back to the out.
Look, before we get to him, to mind you,
Yeah.
it was critical that I quit because I was the barber. I was the dude that cooked.
You was cutting back there?
Man, I've been cutting since
Oh,
I
they
was 13,
needed
right?
you.
That wasn't
Come on,
it.
I'm the bar. I'm
You still part of the team, though. Like, they needed you.
I'm the cook. I'm telling you, I did a lot when I was in high school. Like,
Damn.
watch this.
Bruh.
Hey, I didn't even tell nobody I was leaving.
You heard
I
everybody.
packed up everything.
That
but
hard.
You heard everybody, bro.
I
Can't get no
knew
more
it was
cuts.
over.
Let me ask you a question real
I
quick
knew
before we
it.
move to AJ again.
Go ahead,
What
man.
school did you go to?
I went to PC, right?
Right.
And then I went home because I saw that playbook.
You was like, I'm
and
out
I'm out of here.
I'm
bro.
gone. Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, at least you was in Phoenix, though.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Because if you was in Ogden, Utah,
No, man.
we'd count the fade. Like, you can't leave. We need you for this.
Kimbo.
Forget the football.
I ain't gonna lie to
scholarship.
you.
Yeah.
Stay.
Exactly. You get a check every month. And your ass getting, I mean, we need to get faded.
I feel you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I left.
That's crazy.
I left. Got on first thing smoking.
I would.
You know what I'm saying? First thing
I
smoking.
respect
All right,
you.
well,
Hey, watch this. First time I found out about white girl. See, you say that girl, right?
Oh,
white
word,
girl.
you can't call them
Watch
white
this.
girls.
White girl took me home.
Great babes.
Took me
You
home.
gotta call them Caucasian. You know
Great.
better than that.
That's what the old.
Great
That's what the old.
Caucasians.
Okay, man. My bad, Anglo-Saxon.
Fun.
Anglo-Saxon.
My bad, man. All right, so let's check
Can we
it
get
out.
some smart stuff?
Yeah, man, check it out. So look, I want to I want you to tell me about.
Talk about, it ain't no smart stuff with AJ. He just smart too. That's just him. He relates to all this,
It
bro.
depends on what we're
Trust me.
talking about.
Hey, he's
bro.
smart.
Okay.
He's smarter than me.
Okay.
So as a person with like,
Let's get some
as a
information.
person with property, man, that wanna like, buy land or trying to buy a business or something. How do they come to when it comes to zoning their buildings and stuff? I heard you talk about that. I'm into that because as a person that I got property, so I want to make sure that if I got to do a zone, like how does that work? How do you
that what you do now?
zone in and out of
Yeah,
business
yeah.
zones and stuff?
So I mean, it a lot of it depends on like the surrounding uses and how compatible it is with the surrounding uses. So like, just for an example, like if you wanted to create like some type of commercial, if you wanted like a fast food restaurant or something like that, like it probably wouldn't be, between two residential parcels. It would be where other commercial is on a corner or something like that. And so they look at the intensity of the uses and just, how it kind of fits into the area. And like you would want, like if you have like commercial, you wouldn't want to have like single family residential, like detached like homes directly next to it. Sometimes you want to have like multifamily or some type of transitional zoning to get to your residential. So it just depends on the situation.
So you have your you said sociology with a minor in business. Okay, so that's where that's coming in because then you said you got your master in conflict and resolution.
Correct. Yep.
So what do you do now? What is this?
Yeah. So I mean,
that you speak of?
currently I work. My day to day is with a family office, and they're in private equity and commercial real estate. So
Okay,
I help them
so-
with all the day to day operations of managing a portfolio.
Got it.
And I do like some of my own brokerage of deals on the side by myself.
Right.
And then I also am a managing partner of a direct primary care company in
Nice.
healthcare.
Nice.
And we're privatizing healthcare and delivering, personalized, high quality, attainable healthcare to organizations that we partner with.
Beautiful.
And just being able to, and we kind of talked about this with Steve, and just being able to, personalize it in a way that we understand what issues people are dealing with, and then being able to give them preventative care. Because a lot of times, we need to educate them on how to use us.
Right.
Because typically people go to like urgent care when there's emergencies
Absolutely.
and the ER and stuff like that. And it's like, well, you could probably call us for a lot of this stuff. Like if your kid has a ear infection and they're crying and stuff, they don't know, they don't need to go to the urgent care. They can talk to their primary physician and we can solve it. And, cut down a lot of costs.
Yeah, because when you said primary care, I'm thinking
Right.
like individual doctor.
Exactly.
Right.
So we have a physician that is our client.
Okay.
And he has his own private practice. And then we're currently we have like our kind of in the startup world of like business and stuff. It's called
Right.
like your minimal viable product. So
Gotcha.
essentially, we want to scale his office to then have enough revenue to raise capital to build our own offices under our umbrella of our company.
Got
name.
it. I get it.
So
That's nice.
Right now, we don't have to have any upfront costs to be able to leverage his practice and then bring more patients to his panel.
So overhead is still solid for how you guys are doing it online
Exactly.
primarily and all
Exactly.
that. That's
How long
dope.
have y'all been doing that?
2 years. 2 years.
So this is very
fresh, yeah. And so my partner's been doing it for 2 years. I've been with him for about 6 months now,
Right.
and he's finally in a place where he's ready to scale, and that's
Right.
kind of why he brought me on so we can kind of do it together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So where does the commercial real estate come in at?
Yeah. I got to see my dad do some land development back in the day,
Gotcha.
where he bought a parcel of land and subdivided it into residential lots, and then he partnered with a builder, and they sold off like single family homes. And I got to see that. When I was a kid, I didn't even know what he was doing,
Right.
but I got to see it though.
Right.
And then once I got older, it piqued my interest,
Right.
and then I also saw. My grandfather, who was, I don't know if you guys heard of George Greathouse, he had a barbershop
Yes, sir.
downtown.
Yeah.
Esquire.
Hey, watch this. Will's chair, come out of there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, man. Hey, I want to say this, man. I got a picture with his grandfather, man. Remember OG came in there to see his stuff? You don't remember that? And I took a picture with him?
Hold on. Yes, he
OG.
did. Yeah.
That's his grandfather.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay. He
hey,
came in just to take a picture with you. What? Yeah.
Hey, watch this. Let me tell you how cool this brother. Let me tell you how cool this brother did me, man.
Yeah.
Cause I'm one of them people. I'm real big on the older generation, not letting the younger generation You know, they don't pull them up, they don't bring them up, they don't hold them, caress them,
Right.
My OG, man, was closing his barbershop down after many years.
Right.
He was the oldest, at that time, he was the oldest working barber in Arizona, right?
Now it's Will.
What? Now it's Will. So I knew he was closing down, and I went over there, man, because somebody told me that, hey, they might be selling a few things, right?
Yeah.
OG said, hey, man, I don't, like, he said, look around, see what you want, woo-woo. I say, man, look, when you got to be out of here? I say, because there's a lot of stuff I can take, I just might need some time.
Right.
He said, man, let me tell you something. How much you got in your pocket?
Right.
I said, man, I got about a little over $300-400.
Right.
He said, let me see.
Right.
Man, he took my little money and said, look, young man, I give you till 5 o'clock tomorrow, and you can have everything in the building.
Man, stop playing.
That's what he was. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But, I mean,
That's
to piggyback
crucial.
on that too.
I had to call my homie to come help me get everything I could out of there.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And watch this. Then when he pulled up on me,
Wow.
just so he can see what I did.
Absolutely.
I got the coat hanger in there.
Get out.
Oh, that's
man.
where you got the coat hanger.
Wow.
Get out, man.
That's crazy. Small world.
What was you about to say though?
No, I mean, going back to commercial real estate a little bit, I mean, that was, there are things, like, I was inspired by my grandfather in many ways, but
Right.
there was things that I would have done differently as well.
Right.
Yeah, on the business side of things. Like, he was probably the best human being I've ever met.
For sure.
But he wasn't, like, financially literate in the ways that you would want him to be. But obviously, coming from his generation, like, they were
Right.
deprived of education. He went through
Absolutely.
desegregation.
100%, bro.
A whole different class.
Hey,
you know what I
OG,
mean?
let me
Right.
tell you something, man. Older cats like that might not have had no education, but think about it. Your grandfather had real prime downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown,
Man.
a corner lot.
But that's my whole point. He sold it,
Right.
And he didn't have to, but he didn't know that he had other options.
Watch
No doubt.
Hey,
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Watch
Yeah.
this.
Can't replace that real estate.
Hey,
That's right.
Hey, no
No
lie.
doubt.
You don't know what you don't know though.
Watch this though.
100%.
I'm gonna be honest
100%.
with you. Maybe to him that was his retirement. Most of the time, that's what older people do.
Yep.
They had bought that for that to be their retirement. He actually might have knew what he was doing. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, just in black generation, man, when wealth like that is left around, it'll tear your people apart if I pass.
If you don't
If you
know,
don't know how to
Exactly.
transition it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm talking about black people's feelings.
we don't care
I'm
about
talking-
feelings, bro.
Yeah, I do, because that's divides the family.
Yeah, but again,
I'd rather y'all divide the money.
proper communication
It
will bring
would.
that family to understand. Because the only reason they would have tripped because they didn't understand
Man, look here.
long term. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
You can't tell an old man.
You got
what-
somebody like that now. If he was where he is now, and his grandfather, you know what I'm saying, was in the
Yeah.
mid, he would be like, "Granddad, don't do that. This is
people-
what we gonna do." Boom, 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 and then he would have been still living good off of rent.
Yeah, but
People-
do you know what the difference is now?
Oh, it's night and day.
As we living in
That's night
2025,
and day.
we have access to a lot of information
Right now.
that they didn't have back then.
That's right.
100%.
They didn't know none of that back then. So
Right.
we have it now. So
Trust
we,
me.
Right.
we
No,
use
no
it. We
question.
know how to use it now.
No question.
Trust me, man. You don't think them people was pressing him to get out of there? They knew what he had.
Oh no, the
Yeah,
people knew what he had.
because
for
they
sure.
knew
They knew what he had.
They
more
knew
than
he
did.
had, but he didn't know what he had.
Yeah, he did. That's
But he
why got rid of
didn't. He
him.
didn't know. He didn't
Right.
understand it.
Hey,
Right.
look,
He wasn't trying to. He wasn't focused on the business. Like he loved the experience that everybody had when they come into the
he was,
barbershop.
Right.
he was a
And
real
like,
Of the
man.
people.
He loved
Right.
He was a real
Right.
man.
for sure.
Right.
Real
Yeah.
men do that, right?
No question, bro.
Look here, watch this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what you say, man. In this day and time, because I don't know what he sold it for.
Yeah.
But when you touch the M's, trust
Yeah.
me, you did
Yeah.
what you set
No
out to
doubt.
do. Yeah.
I mean, in the
Did what you
generation
set out
under
to do,
him,
man.
right? Like your father. I don't know. He got siblings, I'm sure.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Plus
Had
you,
siblings,
your
yeah.
folks. Like
Yeah.
the wisdom didn't go untouched, right? It hit him. It hit his dad. It hit
Right.
it hit the right
It
folks,
went
and they're
down.
doing the right thing now to
Watch
probably
this.
capitalize more than what they. But I still feel what he's saying.
Okay, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this family jewel.
That's gonna be,
Watch this family jewel.
Yeah.
Ain't it for men to raise their boys to be better than
Oh,
you?
100%, bro. That's
be better
no
than
doubt. No
to
doubt.
be better than them.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now his generation getting to where he is.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah, but
Right.
you raise them to be better, but it don't always mean they're gonna be better.
No, it don't,
It
because
don't.
I got some knuckleheads.
It don't.
Yeah.
It
I
don't.
feel you. I
But
do.
we
I
gonna raise them
love
to be
them.
better.
But you got to go through something.
Love
to get, you know, what they say is no testimony without the test, right? You got to go through something, bro. Ain't nobody
You
coming
gotta
out
experience.
Jesus. You feel
Nah,
what I'm saying?
you gotta
Like,
experience in
you-
order to understand.
Yeah, you got to go through something, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
So-
and so for his grandfather to make that move, now hindsight is always 2020. We gonna always look back and be like, nah, if we would have just did this. Well,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah, you always do
granddad
that.
took a risk. You know what I'm saying? And was successful in his business.
What you mean?
Sold it off of his own recognizance. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like it's just, that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
He did what he wanted
Yeah,
to do.
he did what he wanted to do.
Come
you know
on,
what I mean?
man.
That's OG.
Right, that's what this
Yeah.
all about, man. Now, don't ever get me wrong. I'm would never say sell property.
No
I
doubt.
would never say that. That's just because that ain't
Yeah.
in my forever. I
Right.
like property.
No doubt.
Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, with that being said, you gotta remember when it's somebody else's, man, you can't step on his toe
Hell no.
and say, no, we ain't doing that.
Of course not.
That's what he worked for.
No, of course.
You know what I
But
mean?
you start thinking about gentrification. I don't know if you deal with that on the commercial side.
Oh yeah.
I guess you
mean, we
do.
deal with it. So being on the planning committee, I see all the projects that are coming into our boundaries of our village, which is from 48th Street to 27th Avenue, up to Broadway down to South Mountain.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, our land is more affordable than other parts of the city, so a lot of people are coming here to develop projects.
Absolutely.
So you know, gentrification. And one thing I've learned too from being in the process of projects and like economics and stuff, like it's less. You know, historically it was very targeted for sure, redlining and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and like denying us bank loans and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
But today it's more about economics than it is about them trying to like hurt us specifically.
Absolutely.
Like they're going to areas where land is more affordable.
Absolutely.
You know,
Just gotta
and,
make
like,
sense now.
It's got to make sense on the spreadsheets.
Right.
You know, and like that's what they're looking at.
So when you hear the term
So-
buy up the block, right? On people buying where they grew up
And
at.
this is something I always want to push to people, man. Like, you know, we always say our neighborhoods, this is my neighborhoods, and it's like we're renters most of the
Yeah,
time. And it's
yeah,
like
no doubt.
we need to really like we can put our money together and really own our neighborhoods. Like, but it takes group economics
Absolutely.
and a shared vision and
Right.
discipline and
Yeah.
a lot of things that we are capable of.
Right.
But you know, it takes leaders like us sitting down talking
Right.
about it and figuring out how we can do it.
Right.
You know, but you know, it's always been tough for me. I'm like, people are like, man, this is my neighborhood, and we're fighting and violence and stuff, and it's like, we don't own these neighborhoods.
Everybody
Like,
rent.
but we can.
Everybody
We
rent.
can over time.
And
you
what's
know?
crazy too about that is you start thinking about like the buy up the block method, right? Like, okay, we could all put our bread together, we could buy this. The thing is, I think it's long term, right? So our kids, we literally have to kind of train them mentally to keep it going and to continue to get more, right?
Yeah.
But who's gonna eat off of it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
But this
is
is the
somebody,
wisdom.
is one of our great grandkids gonna come and sell all this shit, get all these millions, and go f off the money? You feel what I'm saying? That's
But
how I
it's the
think.
wisdom. They say plant a tree for shade that you won't be able to see.
That's it right there, bro.
And like
That's-
that is the difference in how we got to approach it.
Yes,
it won't
sir.
be our one generation
That's right.
change it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you, I mean,
Exactly.
I hear what y'all saying with that, but like you just said, who is gonna benefit off of that?
Not you directly, but
No,
your
no,
family
you're
tree.
not gonna benefit off it
You will.
directly.
Your people's gonna.
No, you're not
Said-
benefiting off of that. If your kids benefit off, I mean, well, that's what I'm asking. Who
Right.
is going to benefit off of that?
The
What
family.
the statement was. That's what he
The
just
family
said.
What?
benefits.
I
Plant,
think
plant.
the children.
The
Like, in
your
50
children?
Yeah, for sure. In
Yeah.
50 years,
How though?
financially, education-wise,
Absolutely.
they're going to be watching you buy all these properties, and that's going to inspire them to want to get involved,
Right.
and then access to the relationships that you have throughout that process,
Right.
The capital, you know, that you acquire, and you're building up asset value and also cash flow and things like that.
Correct.
Like, I mean, there's many benefits.
Right.
Like,
Because you think about it,
No,
Abe,
it's definitely benefits.
You think about it, Abe, if you
definitely
do
benefits.
that, right? Say we did that right now. A sport just put in 25,000 people. We went and buy some parcel in wherever, and through the years, through the decades, it's growing and growing and growing. We see how fast property can hit. You know what I'm saying? So you think that money alone could probably send all of our kids to college,
100%.
get their education,
So I'm saying
their kids to college.
I'm saying
get
you
their,
got
you know
it,
what I'm
but
saying?
do you stand on it? Do you keep it? Do your kids keep it, or do they sell
Well, yeah,
it?
it's generating.
Do you want your kids to keep that going
Heck yeah.
for their kids? I mean, if it's going to keep going for their kids, and they're not going
Who
to
said
benefit
that? That's
off of
where
it.
trust and all that stuff come in, right?
And this is what we lack though, is because when you're around these other cultures where it's normal practice to think about the future and their generations, and we're not equipped. Like we're the ones who typically don't. But it's like, but we should because everybody else is doing it. You know what I mean? Like and like. I think that's the whole change in mentality. I think we should start to cultivate because like we're unless we want to make like if we want to make real change, like it will be gradual in the beginning. For sure. But it's like more about direction than it is about like outcome right now. And
So that's what I'm saying with that. With you know, you got all of this, and you're gonna pass it down to your kids. Are you gonna have that structure? Is it structured already? Or are you going to let them make their own decision?
Let me say this. Plus, I want to try to do the camera shot.
Hey, now. I knew you did. I was like, he got the camera on him. He
I use the example of like what's happening in my family and like how it makes me think about the future. So we got a house in Tucson, and my mom, she never spends the money. She just let it stack and stack and stack, and she only uses it for certain things. And I could never understand it. I'm like, take the money, go do more things, and buy more property. But she said, no, that's for emergencies. I'm in the house now. When stuff starts breaking, we go to that. We go to that account. That house in Tucson pays for auto repairs. So now in my mind, I'm not going to sell that because that's paying for auto repairs here. And then once the other things, like once we move forward, we got one more mortgage. Once that pay off, then that's just going to pay for that. Well, that house is going to pay for that mortgage.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So like in my mind, I wouldn't sell it because I got a house that's going to pay for the one last mortgage we got here. I got a house that's going to pay for like all the houses my mom bought. They all pay for something else.
That's right.
So it's like I don't want to sell nothing because then I gotta start paying.
That's right.
You know, so I think that's the way you can look about structuring it for your kids. Set it up where it's like they're not gonna want to sell it because now they're gonna look, damn, I gotta pay this.
Right.
Why would I want to pay that when I can just have a house and the property paid for it?
Yeah.
So smart.
That's good.
My people got some property.
So smart.
So
I'm not going to lie to you. That answered my question.
there's the trust, like the trust structures, and you can determine who has decision rights and things like that.
Correct.
Like,
Can you teach us about a trust?
oh, as much as I can. Yeah.
I mean, give us what you got. I mean,
Are you versed in it though, or is that something you don't really?
No, I mean, I know
Yeah.
a good amount, but typically you go to like an attorney and they draft it
Correct.
up based on what you want your estate planning to be. But
Right.
you know, you have authority. Like essentially, a trust is an entity that is separate from you completely, and it removes all liability from you. So like the family office that I work with, like you know, without disclosing everything, like they have a very low personal net worth,
Right.
like very low. Like most of the assets are like not in their name,
Right.
and the trust, and like so if somebody sued them personally, like you wouldn't even know what they
Correct.
own, you know, unless you are understanding of the business they're in, you wouldn't even know to sue them because like you search their name, there's nothing, you know. So like the trust is like its own living entity that can manage other assets, that can sell other assets, that can invest, and there's pass-through LLCs and things like that to shield you from things like. And it's beyond like, you know, I would lean on like a legal counsel to really get things right. But yeah, it's a shield from all liability personally.
It's so
in
smart.
a lot of ways.
But you
It's so
still,
smart to have.
own the trust.
And you own it, and then there's
But-
a step up in basis when you pass it down. So like you're not taxed, you know, on like the original basis that you acquired it.
Right.
And there's all these different rules and games.
Yeah, it's got a lot of different legs to it
Yeah.
that you can benefit from too. You know,
Trust is great.
yeah, trust is great.
Trust is great.
But you got to own something to put it. You know,
You have to own something, you know, but you know.
Trust. But people can
Start
put
a trust unless you have something to put in.
absolutely, yeah. But you can put your will on the trust too,
Yeah,
right?
put your will in there.
Your, you know,
Yeah.
because you can still speak from the grave, so to speak.
I'm definitely,
For sure.
You know?
I'm definitely gonna have a will trust. I don't trust my kids. Somebody gonna rob the other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely got. And I got a video with my
I'm about to
will
say,
trust.
Bird, you got a video when you
video.
die.
Hey, that's smart too, though.
Got a-
It is though.
I'm gonna
Do you
look.
got life insurance?
Boy,
Yeah.
That's
I got-
it.
Boy, I got kids.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It sounds
Boy,
good. I'm
Bird,
glad you.
Bird worth $1
but it's a
million.
lot of people, speaking of,
Don't drop him. He
but
worth $1
speaking
million.
of culturally, well, AJ touched on this earlier. Culturally, a lot of other cultures have that. I mean, they benefit off of
They
death.
got policies from
Yeah.
We
where
doing
they're born.
GoFundMes, you know what I'm saying? To try to get $15,000 to try to bury somebody, bro. That's not even enough
I
these
know-
days.
Yeah,
Like,
they even buried some people.
We buried a
my
lot of
point.
people.
We doing car washes.
But
I see.
but
I
a good
know.
business and what my lady she brought to my attention one day is buying insurance for people that don't have it.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
I'm saying
do that
though,
too.
like think
Absolutely.
about you got to have the money to
Correct.
obviously
Yeah, you got
pay
to
the
overhead to
premiums
pay it
and
monthly.
do that.
Yeah.
But that is very beneficial.
100%.
You paying, you know, they getting a free funeral, but you
100%.
getting
Yeah.
You know.
You pay a percentage of it.
That's a
and you
good
get the
business.
payout.
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know, once I touch something that I need to touch.
Yeah.
When I was looking into insurance, I was talking to the broker, and he was breaking a lot down. And he told me, like, you could put a life insurance policy on somebody without them even knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could-
Jobs do that
No doubt.
every day.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Exactly, and that's how the labels do it with the artists too.
Yeah.
They put in policies.
I can't do that, man.
Wow.
Why?
He said, what if I go before them?
You put it in a trust. You put it in a trust so that your kids they handle that.
Call me Birdie Beezy.
Birdie Bees.
Yeah, I'm shooting you out. You know what I mean?
He said, I'm laying everybody. I'm finna put this on you. I'm laying everybody down.
Hey, once I got you on for 5 years,
Oh, it's on. Yeah, we gotta get you up out of here.
He don't mean
Hey,
that.
we got, hey, we got
Bird, you are
What you
fucking
mean, man?
messing up my business right now.
trying to collect. That's the vibe,
Didn't I
baby.
tell you the slices?
I would never do that.
Hilarious.
Like I do it like
Hilarious.
on the knife. When I tell you the one.
Hilarious. So what's next with you, AJ? What you got? Like, what's your goal?
Yeah, man. I mean, long term, I mean, Phoenix is homes, so
Yeah.
I think, my vision for myself is to become more of a stakeholder in the community.
Nice.
From a local political standpoint, and then also, over time, it takes time to build it, but, a capital source as well, which is something that we lack. Like, I think, we have a lot of initiatives and good ideas, but we need capital funding behind things, to push them to make them become real life. And, so I think we need, I see myself as a stakeholder who's making sure we got good leadership in place that understands things that pertain to us and that impact us on a big scale. And then, I'm an entrepreneur by heart, so I'm gonna always be working in business and problem solving and empowering people and stuff like that. So.
And conflict and resolution, you know what I'm saying?
That's everyday life.
That's everyday life.
Yeah.
Do you ever got an inkling to jump into politics, or is that not your lane?
I'm in it, but I'm not gonna be an elected official.
You don't want to be official. That's all.
Nah, it's not that I'm above it or anything. It's just I think you're restricted when you get into office sometimes. And I think the reach that I want to have for myself is I can be in many different places at one time over time. And just understanding right now the phase that I'm in is just understanding the ecosystem, understanding the landscape of politics, really wanting to understand the strategy of politics because there's a lot of people who have the courage to run. But aren't equipped with the skills and the strategy and the resources to win a campaign.
That's right.
Electioneering is a whole different skill set than being, the candidate. So right now I've been fortunate to have a lot of friends who are in the space, and I'm learning, and I've been helping people in different campaigns.
That's great.
And hopefully just share some nuggets of wisdom with people who want to run.
That's awesome, bro.
One thing I wanted to ask you, because you're on the South Mountain Village Planning Committee, and you see what's happening, like you said, people are coming to the South Side, businesses are coming to the South Side, the land is cheaper, the train has also come down. Is there anything that you've seen that the people living in the community with all these changes could benefit from if they just knew about? You know what I mean? Do you see any opportunities for the people who are living here so that it's not just outside entities coming and just profiting? You know what I mean?
Good question.
I mean, I think we should see it exactly how the people coming in from the outside, cities should see it. Is this land is going to appreciate over time. We're in a great location. We're surrounded by freeways. We're close to downtown. We got mountain views and different tourist spots. And we need to own things because land values will appreciate over time. And I think ownership is what I would press to everybody. We're living in a great city for sure. And the only way to really capitalize on it is to own. And you can increase your rents, to your renters, or the asset value increases. And you don't always have to sell stuff. You can, have collateralized loans, and now you have assets that have value, and you can get loans, and you can go use it to, make investments that return it back to you. And that's stuff that I wish my grandfather knew, right?
Absolutely.
Stuff that he could have got a lease. He could have ground leased it to somebody and kept the land that will never be made again.
I was just gonna say that. That's what you're talking about with your grandpa.
And had a cash flow for retirement forever, And then you pass that down. And things that he just, he wanted to cut hair and take care of people. But if I was older,
that's what he did.
Which spiritually, you know what I mean? He got a seat in heaven for that. You know what I mean? You take care of people, bro. God don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? When you think I'm saying, Our elders, they principles is different.
Yeah.
Principles and morals was very different back
Different,
then.
bro.
This
Yeah.
is we living in 2025. We understand
Yeah.
the principle
It
morals
was
and
some
lack
great
of.
humans, bro. Like back then, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure. What you mean, Malcolm
We
X,
hungry.
Martin Luther
We
King?
hungry
This is-
nowadays, dog.
like that's where we come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, look, man, I sure appreciate you, man. I learned a lot today. You know what I mean?
did.
I learned a lot today, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think we should all like have a talk just to figure out other stuff maybe we can do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? With you,
For
you know what I
sure,
mean?
for sure.
You know,
Yeah, man.
you know, I like to hear any positive, man, and you know, learning about zoning and stuff, man. That's real
Yeah.
big, especially over here. You know
No
what I mean?
question.
Because they just throwing stuff up right now.
Well, you know,
You know
people
what I mean?
over here don't understand what they have.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot
Like
of
a
people
lot
really don't have
of
nothing.
them selling, you know, they selling their houses like
Mm-hmm.
from grandma and their moms and passed away. They selling their houses just for that money.
That's what happens when the
Yeah.
brick and mortar
Never
ain't
saw
around.
And that's not even a lot of money. You start thinking about the values, like, or the equities that's in some of these homes.
They got nothing.
It's not even that much money when you got to split it up against 6, 7
Multiple,
brothers, sisters.
yeah, multiple people, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not
Yeah,
that
but
much
it's not
bread,
even that
bro.
much money after you sell
So
it.
you-
Period.
Yeah.
Like it ain't enough for you to sell that.
Not if you could do something with it. You know what I mean?
What are you gonna do? What are they doing with it?
I mean, if you're gonna invest with it, you know
What
what
are
I mean?
you? Are
More property.
most
More property.
people? I mean,
like think about this: when the interest rates was 3.5% or whatever they were, right? Just some years ago, you could have took that $150,000, $200,000 that was in Granny's house and bought you something in Arcadia.
yes, you can.
And
but if
then-
you're selling grandma and you selling mama house, you don't have nothing.
What you mean?
You don't have nothing.
No, you're gonna re-put it into.
You
something
don't even
better.
know what to put it into.
Of course you
You're
do.
selling your mama or your grandma's house because you don't have anything.
Nah, bro.
You
No.
don't know what to do with that money. A lot of people get money and they don't know what to do with all
Some
that
people
money
that don't know
that
what
they
to do, but
get.
if you got a mindset of
Normally
like,
it's
I'm
a
about to go
sibling
put this in
thing.
another
I'm talking
appreciating
about over
asset,
here
like
on this
property.
side of town.
I'm just
I
telling
know
you.
a lot of people that just sold their grandma, their mama
But they
house,
got,
and they did.
Well, they got
the money gone.
they got-
It's gone.
100,
They didn't
bro.
do nothing with it.
Hey, you can
They don't even have the car
But
no
if you-
more that they bought with
But
their
if
money.
you horse playing with the money, that's different. We
That's
talking
what
about
I'm
people
saying.
who got a plan, bro.
Well,
you
I'm
can't
talking,
play with
I'm
money.
talking about the people who don't have
Yeah,
a
if you're
plan.
gonna horse play with money, it's gonna leave your hands quick as you get it.
Hey man,
But
when
You
I
feel
think
what I'm saying?
I think that ties back into what AJ's saying about leadership. Because when you
Yeah.
have people who are able to put things in place, the person
Absolutely.
who sells their house and they might not know what to do, but I'm gonna go talk to AJ because I know
Correct.
he might have it
We
opportunity.
need people like
right,
that.
right,
You know,
right.
We need
I-
people
I-
like you for sure.
You need those
For sure,
people
man.
to create the opportunities for where
Right.
people, like you look at other communities, I think they have institutions and organizations.
We need-
where
we
they
need to
come
get a
from
seminar,
money,
man.
there's somebody
That's what
right
it- for
there.
real.
we need a seminar.
Bro, real
Yeah,
talk.
it's considered.
Like, who do you even know? Like, how do
Consider this.
Yeah.
they don't even know who to reach out to?
They don't
so,
know
like
who to-
this episode, if
Exactly.
somebody going through something right now,
Yeah.
they could at least find him on Instagram. You gotta shout out your
For
social
sure, for
medias
sure.
too,
Yeah.
because they may just want to
Greathouse.
have a quick question,
Yeah.
and if you can't answer,
Yeah.
it, you could lead them to who
100%.
can answer it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but
and
you
you know
you're
we need
100%
that
right.
in all different fields.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, man.
Not
Like
just
us as
pro-
us
yeah.
people, we need that.
Right.
Like that
For sure.
is great information. In like
Right.
and like Bird said, a seminar. That I think that's needed.
We
I
gotta be
believe
more
it.
resourceful to each other.
I believe
So
it,
we
bro.
got a ton of
Have to
knowledge,
be.
but we're very
100%.
dispersed. You know,
A lot of
Right.
people-
spread
And some
out.
people
A lot
keep
of
it to
people
themselves.
are- if I say a lot of
Yeah.
people keep their information
keep
to
it to
where
themselves.
they're not giving it. Just like you said, your grandpa, he didn't know.
Right.
Somebody knew,
Yeah.
but they didn't. They gatekeep the situation. They didn't tell him. So
Yeah, man.
that's how it going. That's still how it's still going now.
I agree, man. You know, ignorance is just the I guess the lack of knowledge, or just being ignorant to something,
Yeah. Yeah.
is a phone call away, bro. We 6 degrees of separation. Like somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you just one person away from knowing something.
Straight up.
Yeah.
If I don't know something, I'm gonna call Word, and I guarantee you, he gonna
We
know
this
it.
away now.
And we got
dog.
AI, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we this
saying.
away now.
Oh,
Ask
chat is
ChatGPT.
crazy.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Every day.
ChatGPT get you right, buddy.
Every day.
You feel me?
Every day.
Every day.
I'm
Yes,
calling
sir.
Greathouse.
I'm going to Greathouse.
That should be a slogan on
We
the
just
shirt.
gonna start the
Research,
conversation
Hey,
with Greathouse,
we-
and then we gonna figure out where to branch off from there.
That's what's going. That's what
wanna
the
be a resource,
seminar
man.
gonna
Yeah.
be called,
Yeah.
man. The seminar gonna
What
be
you gonna
called,
call
man.
it?
Calling Greathouse.
Calling Greathouse.
Come on, man.
Calling
We need-
Greathouse.
Come on, man.
Come on.
His name's solidified, man.
We might need to do this
Come on, man.
episode once a quarter.
Right.
Just see
right,
where-
right.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
For sure. I'm down.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
the whole point.
Yeah.
This too, like when you go to like Scottsdale or Arcadia or anywhere Paradise Valley,
Yep.
what I've noticed when I'm out there, and almost every plaza there's a building that says wealth management. You know what I'm saying? There's always there's brick and mortar places you can go into, right?
Right.
And they're there to have some kind of option for you. But when you come here, I mean, there was one on 19th Avenue and Baseline.
Okay.
There's like an Edward and Jones. I think.
Oh yeah.
And what do they do?
They manage wealth, right?
Okay, just
yeah.
information
But what I'm
on that
saying is, like,
area.
when you go to other neighborhoods, they're everywhere. It'll be like a name, a family name, wealth management.
I
wealth
think
management.
I think personally it's probably a few more places that we just don't know about.
They coming, fam.
They coming.
They coming. We used to have a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
We ain't got a lot of dirt no more.
Nah, no doubt.
You say a lot of dirt?
Dirt, man. South Phoenix.
It was nothing.
being
South
built
Phoenix
up.
was a lot of dirt, man.
Yeah. We got
It's actually
more
built.
apartments over here than we ever had in our life.
Yeah, it's built.
Hey, man, we got Chick-fil-A.
All right.
I would have never in my mind guessed the South Side would have a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
I went into the Fry's on 24th and Baseline,
Right.
and I had to walk back outside to remember where I was.
Oh.
Man, it was nothing but Anglo-Saxons. I was like,
Nah, but that's
hey, I had to go to 107th
you know what's crazy?
Street.
It reminded me of here, like when they was building up Inglewood with the stadiums and all that stuff, with the SoFi Stadium and all that.
Yeah, you see they
Bro,
moved
right
back.
in the middle of the hood, you just start seeing more and more
They moved back.
little white girls running with their
Jogging.
dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like,
You know why?
oh, it's really happening.
You know
Yeah.
why? The property was cheap,
Of course,
right? Because they was
Yeah.
pushing y'all out.
But a lot of them,
Yeah, we
probably,
couldn't afford it.
a lot of them, they was just coming back to get grandma house, great grandma house, great grandma house.
That might be true.
You know what I'm saying? That Tyrone and been renting for 40 years, paying these
Yeah.
people's mortgage.
Now
You
you
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
go.
And now they just coming back in to take what's there because now they see what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
So same thing.
And we gotta learn the game.
Gotta
I
learn the
think
game.
like it's sometimes because we were deprived of the information
Yep.
for a long time, but today that's not the case.
Right.
You know, and it's like
Yeah.
we gotta learn how to play the game better.
Absolutely.
And
No
like
doubt.
the game is gonna be played with or without us.
That's right.
Learn how to play the game.
And get in the game.
Just the
Yeah.
thing
Get
is,
in the
though,
game.
we don't know.
Get in the
Some
game.
of us don't understand where or how to go
To
get
get
the
in there.
information.
Yeah.
Call Greathouse.
We understand that the information is
Call
there.
Greathouse.
Yeah.
We just don't know how to connect with it. I mean, I
You gotta come with a
understand,
jingle.
Yeah. No, I
but
mean,
a lot of people don't understand that.
No, you're right, bro.
and I'm
So
saying,
that's
I'm
the
not all-knowing, but
disconnection.
I think, like I ask questions,
Yeah.
and then if I don't know, like we just ask a series of questions and try to figure it out. And
That's
then
right.
we know somebody who knows something.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but some people don't even know how to ask a question to even get the answer that they need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fair.
Call
Yeah.
Greathouse.
Call Greathouse.
No,
I'm
real
gonna do what
talk,
I can. I'm gonna do what I can.
Hey, real
Call
talk.
Greathouse.
I'm gonna do what I can.
I can take you at Greathouse
I'm
College.
gonna do what I can.
Greathouse, what's your Instagram?
We
What's
can't
your-
put
what's
it
your
all on
socials?
this bag.
You gotta shout out your socials real quick, man.
Just search AJ Greathouse. My handle is THA_great_5. And then Facebook, AJ Greathouse, and LinkedIn.
Now, is it
and
Greathouse
all that.
GREATHOUSE?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Or
sir.
GRA?
GREAT.
EAT, Great House, like Great House.
Great
Gotcha.
house.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's
Great.
go. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
His name just get even better. Hey man, I didn't even think about that one.
Hey, Great House with the
come on,
knowledge underneath.
Hey.
Oh.
Boy, come on, that almost like
We finna start
that's
a bit.
almost like the Boondocks with the Freemen. Oh, man, hey,
Come on, Great House.
Great house.
You can do a lot with that now.
Hey man, salute, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
We just barely scratched the surface
Yeah.
Yeah.
on this
There's definitely
episode.
more.
We
There's
definitely got to
more.
do a one a quarter, bro. Every 3 months we got to just tap back in,
I'm down. I'm
and
down.
you can let us know the new developments and what's
Next
happening. Where we can fit
episode,
in.
Yeah,
August, the first week of August, we bringing Colin Greathouse
Yeah,
back.
Colin Great House.
I'll be
baby.
ready
Real
for
talk.
it.
He said in August.
That part.
In August, we got
Colin
to
Great House.
First of the new
yeah.
season, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So August again.
Yeah.
Because
September,
he just said he got a new job. He
Probably
gonna,
the first of
he
the
gonna
year.
have more information for it.
Yeah. December,
He
then
just
first of the
what you-
year.
Yeah.
That's
Good,
it.
man.
He just said, fam, he got a new job.
Yeah.
That mean more information.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Calling Greathouse.
That's my new Great House, man.
Hey,
Hey, we done gave my whole business.
I'm hoping he go branded. You feel me?
Right, right.
I need a 2X in the dough.
We got stuff in the works.
I need a 2X. I need a 2X in the dough.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I mean?
So you just want a
Right.
t-shirt.
Yeah, man.
At least let me make a t-shirt.
Hey,
We can make it happen,
see,
bro.
that's called working together right there.
I'll be out the way, bro.
I'm not only a client. I'm the president.
Hello.
Now you want to be the president?
Yeah, why not?
He done gave himself a title.
You feel me? I'm with it, man. Hey,
Shout out AJ Greathouse, man, for sure,
I
man. That was
appreciate
great,
you
bro.
coming through,
All
man.
facts,
Hey,
baby.
make sure y'all subscribing on the All Facts, man. Hey, I gotta give it up for the homie Steve. He done found his way in the film.
Got his own camera on.
He done put his own camera
Hey, my guy, man.
But
Hey,
you do
look.
always have a judo, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's always.
Yes, sir. Hey, so it's next week's Father's Day.
No, not next week. I
Not
think it's
next
the
week?
week
It's at the
after.
end of the-
It's the week after.
What is next
Third
week?
week? The
Hold on,
third
look at
week is
my Palm
Father's
Pilot
Day.
real quick.
Make sure y'all good to y'all people.
No, be good to your daddies,
good to your
man.
people, man.
Be out there. He really trying to show your daddy some love. He don't
Hey.
want no tie.
No,
He-
man. Hey,
Hey man,
promise
be good to your daddy. Period,
But I'm
man.
saying he
He
don't
birthed
want
you.
no tie,
You
bro.
came
We tired
from
of
you
the
came from
ties.
his
know what I'm saying?
things.
All right, so
You gotta love your people.
next week we got it's the 8th, so we in there.
all right.
15th I ain't gonna be here. I'm gonna be
We're gonna do it on the
4th.
14th next week.
Yeah,
I gotta fix that. We're gonna do it on the 14th.
14th.
We're on
Okay.
Saturday on the 14th.
Okay. I'm still gonna be gone, though.
Before Father's
Hey,
Day.
hey, I
I'm
like
being
I
forwarded
like
up.
when J Mac can be gone because I'm the only J in the building.
Hello. And if you're in
Hey,
Orlando, I'm gonna be out there.
we're gonna bring the arch back, man, and sit
Yeah,
in the
come on,
seat,
Arch,
man.
sit
Before
in,
you know what I mean?
man.
When
Hey, look.
J Mac is
Yeah.
gone, man, go on and put the
Yeah.
arch in there.
Yeah, real quick.
He
Hey,
needs to
watch
come
this.
on,
We
get
seen
in
Brother
there.
Archie yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we all had a little tear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ain't
Come
seen
on,
Brother
Arch.
Arch in a
ain't
minute.
seen
We love you,
Brother
bro.
Arch, man.
We know you're doing your
Hey,
thing, boy. Come on.
Yeah,
Keep
we
a
know
seat warm.
Brother Arch fresh out of church right now.
No, he is, man. He doing his
So
thing.
he go to all
He's
6
staying
services.
Brother
fresh
Arch
in
is
the
fresh
Lord.
out the
Hey,
plane. He in Chicago
bro,
right
is
now,
he? Bro,
visiting his kids.
Yeah.
Is he, bro?
Yeah.
They probably
You
at
cut
church.
him?
Yesterday.
All right.
Yeah.
They probably at church.
Well, he definitely
He's
praying.
Brother,
He's
hey,
praying.
Brother Arch,
gonna pray for you.
Have you ever
Yeah,
had a
he
homie
will. He
go to
will.
all
Pray for
6 services?
Man, Archie.
Bro,
He gonna go to all of them. He ain't gonna miss
Hey,
now
hey.
none of them.
Hey, Brother Archie.
He in the choir on one.
Yeah.
He shuffling you. What do you call it? The
Usher.
ushering one.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He might be assistant pastor on the third one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arch, keep doing your thing.
And then he
man.
be singing too.
Keep doing
He
your
do.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. The choir first
And then he can tell real jokes. Like
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of church jokes?
Man, come on, man.
Brother Archie do.
Arch, do it, bro.
Brother Archie cold.
He actually got a comedy show. I don't know if it's every Sunday. You can speak to that more, Arch, when you
Man,
get here.
call-
but-
Tap in.
Yeah, man, do
Man,
your thing.
it's called Holla
Hey, that's how much we love you. We just gave you a whole
A
little
whole
segment.
segment. You know what I mean? Shout out again, man. All facts, bro. I don't know what episode
Hey,
this is, but AJ
30.
Greathouse
We on
episode
30.
30. We didn't even do our
We
word
on
of the
30.
day.
Y'all can get on.
Switch it to you, and we gonna do the word of the day. You got something for us?
Switch it to him.
Come on, give us something.
Give us
Give us
something to do with
Put it back on me.
Greathouse, right?
yeah.
Yeah, great house.
Call
Greathouse, call Greathouse.
All right, call great house.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day.
Do what I can, man.
Shout out my boy AJ, man. Salute for real.
Hey,
bro.
for real.
That was good
Appreciate
info,
you
dog.
coming
through,
Sir,
Yeah.
appreciate y'all.
Bless
Believe
us
that.
today.
For sure.
All facts.
All facts.
See y'all next week.
We let Bird have the last
Man,
word.
See y'all next week. We gon' be back. You feel me? Without J Mac.
We
gonna be back without J-Mac.
I'll be here next week.
I'll tell y'all that one next week.
Yeah, that part.
You feel me?
We out.
Salute, baby.
All right.